because none of his 4 children wanted to come home for the holidays. This elderly man decided to travel across the entire United States to visit each of his 4 children and find out whether they were happy. Each time he found one of his children, he would ask them a simple question.
You happy?
What do you mean?
You happy?
Yeah, of course I am.
When he heard that his daughter was happy, he felt joy. So when it was time to face his eldest son, he hoped to hear the same answer.
Are you happy? Happy, yeah. I get paid to bang a big loud drum all day. Of course I'm happy.
But this time, the elderly man saw a lie in his son's eyes. He couldn't help but wonder why his closest children would choose to deceive him. In an attempt to understand why his children weren't happy, Jack made a plan with his 4 children to reunite on Thanksgiving. However, the night before Thanksgiving, his eldest daughter called Jack and told him that she couldn't attend the gathering due to work commitments. The other 3 children also sent messages saying they couldn't make it back. All 4 children gave work as the reason they couldn't come home. As a father, Jack felt deeply lonely, but he couldn't bring himself to blame them. Ever since his wife passed away 8 months ago, the children attended her funeral, and that was the last time they came home. They never called Jack, and their distance had broken his heart, but all he wanted was to know if they were happy. Standing in front of the mirror, the overwhelming sense of loss made Jack miss his children even more. So, Jack made a bold decision. He would visit each of his 4 beloved children separately. He wrote 4 letters to them, packed his bags, brought enough medicine, and, after one last glance at the home where he had lived for 70 years, he began his journey. He wasn't sure how long he could last, as Jack had a serious lung condition. When the doctor heard about Jack's plan to travel long distances, he warned that it could be life-threatening. But Jack didn't listen to the doctor's advice. Throughout his journey, every time Jack thought about reuniting with his son, his heart filled with excitement. But reality gave him a heavy blow. Jack arrived at his son's house and rang the doorbell for a long time, but he didn't hear any response. On Thanksgiving Eve, he sat alone in front of the door, waiting for his child's return. Ultimately, Jack could only leave the first letter, full of disappointment, and quietly leave. Jack then went to his eldest daughter's home. This time, his hope wasn't in vain. His daughter had never imagined her father would travel halfway across the country just to see her. When Jack asked where her husband was, Amy didn't answer. Jack realized that there were problems in his daughter's marriage. He couldn't understand why his daughter wouldn't confide in him about her troubles. It wasn't until the moment they parted at the station that Jack finally gathered the courage to ask the question he had always wanted to ask.
You happy?
What do you mean?
You happy?
Yeah, of course I am.
Afterward, Frank left the second letter and turned to walk into the station.